Hello Gemini, welcome to my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page if this video has come, if you've come across this video on Facebook. Now let me see, where are we going? Yeah, there's a lot going on at the moment. We're doing, whew, okay, and some of it's like maybe take a little bit of breath and go, whew, like just like breathe it out. Breathe it out. So there may be some changes coming up. You're not quite sure about what is coming up. I feel like this is like a little bit of a follow-on from last week and a little bit of what is going on in from last week. So this is for this December, basically the month of December. Next month is kind of like, as you know, well, Christmas is coming up, so things are going to be a little bit more erratic, you could say, or in a good way, in a fun sort of a way, of course, but there'll be changes that as I've alluded to in the past, the recent past, about how I'm going to be doing these readings and there's slight changes in what is going on. So there's going to be like a series basically, or a different lot that I'm going to be doing. So these will be coming out like instead of weekly, fortnightly, these fortnightly reads basically, and then I'm going to be doing these alternate ones in the other weeks okay, Spirit are calling them a series, is a healing series, which is going to be kind of a little bit like is similar to the readings, but more focusing on healing, shifting energy. So we'll be doing some quick, some short 10-minute, 15-minute videos on there. And I'm not sure what's going to be happening fully, but basically there will be some energy cards and a crystal, but mainly some sort of healing in some way where it is pertinent to you, to help you through some of the shifts and that you may be going through for yourself. And there will probably be a card that is drawn from either one of my decks that Spirit and I are working on, or another oracle deck. Okay, so very intuitive. So anyway, this is your weekly or fortnightly, so we're going to move into fortnightly ones now. So next week there will be more. We'll start the healing series. Okay, awesome. Which will be in a way readings as well, a reading in some sort of way, but not in the way that I'm doing them now. Okay, cool. Well, these ones. So anyway, Gemini. So once again, thank you and welcome. So this is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus. It may be in your chart. I do just want to remind everybody that these are general, the messages that come through here for these readings. So they may or may not resonate with you. So check out one of your other signs. If you don't know what they are, there is a link in the description box below that will take you to a website that has a free calculator on it. Okay. The other thing is I do have some gift vouchers available if you're wanting to gift a reading for someone, a loved one, a friend, or a present. I don't know, for whatever. A present, obviously, because Christmas is coming up, so get in touch with me. So there is a special on with those, so you can give me, make contact with me and have a look on my Facebook page. So I will be posting them up, that special ups in the next couple of days. Okay, so if you want to know a little bit more before that, then give me a call, or message me on my Facebook page. Okay, cool. The other thing is, where are we going, Spirit? So there's a little bit of, there are a few changes around here. So what I'm going to do now is, where are we going? There seems to be like a little bit of silence around you. A little bit of stillness. So it's kind of like just collecting and gathering yourself. So there may be a sense of listening. Because I'm just, they've just stopped me from talking and, or not slowed me down, stopped me from talking. And usually when they slow me down, stop me, it's about stop, look, listen. Okay. And that's it for me personally. But Okay, but also they're reminding me of that, so I feel like that message is coming out for you as well. So you may have like your signs that come up, and for you, I feel like what they're doing is asking you to take notice of what is going on, okay, for you. Okay, there we go. So the way these reads are going to go, or this session is going to go, is that there's a going and looking at in the recent past, but also in the what is here around you now, and a bit about the future, what it might look like in the future, but also moving into you. What is it that you can do, or what is it about you at the moment? And the challenge, and maybe in a little bit of advice or encouragement, or direction, in the sense, not direction, actually, it's, what is the word, suggestion, and with a possible outcome at the end. Okay, so, whoa, so there's two lots already, as you've noticed me shuffling away here. So I'm going to be using the Starman Tarot deck, this one here, and also my Juliet Shaman Burke deck, this one here, and the Energy Oracle cards. Okay, so there's a little bit of a slowing down because I can feel my energy like just going into this nice serene, or slow but serene. My energy just slowing down, like winding down, because for many of us, whether we're Gemini or not, but because we're working with you Gemini right now, for many of us there's been a lot going on with a lot of changes within, without, which is obviously going to create some changes within us. So it's like there's kind of, you can see me like straightening myself out, pulling myself together, and things out, down, out, down, out, down. It's like, oh, out and down and out, and grounding. Okay, so it may be that you're finally feeling, even though you've been trying to keep yourself flush things out, and bring your energy back down into ground. There is I feel like you've finally got there's that feeling that, yes, I've processed whatever it is. And what Spirit was talking about there is, like, even though you haven't felt like you were grounded, it's like you probably kind of, if you're not anything like, okay, where they go, you may have you've done everything right. Maybe just that you hadn't felt like you were grounded, but actually you were. And no matter whatever you tried to do to raise your vibration, it wouldn't raise, right? So it's like, or as much as what it usually does, and that's just part of the processing. Okay, it's like, but I feel like a lot of yous, maybe things are starting to settle down, and there may be a little bit of a heightening, maybe closer to Christmas. And it's like, well, I guess what Spirit is saying, what I was getting before, it was, I started to, as I was prepping here, was, it's like, expect the unexpected, basically. So it's like being open to things changing at the last minute, or things, not going quite as planned, but it's like, and it's, it'll be okay, that sort of thing. So it's just that, and it may be that it's actually, so with me saying that, it's not putting a block up or a wall about it, it's just allowing yourself to be free and able, or when I say free, it's allow, going into that, allowing yourself, or free yourself up, free your energy up, free your mind up of expectations, basically, in that sense. So it's kind of like having that freedom to be able to spontaneously do whatever it is that you would like to do, and or even if it wasn't something that you would like to do, or you hadn't anticipated, well, it's just like, oh well, I'll just run with it anyway. So it might frustrate you a little bit, and it might rip your nighty a little bit, and it might just, but it might in the long run turn around, and it's like you'll start to see like some old patterns come through, and where you can quite quickly switch it around now, and so it will actually, it's like looking at things, finding the good in everything. And yeah, okay, where are they going? and just going with the flow, basically. So anyway, whew, okay, after that little spiel, I didn't realize I was going to go there, but there you go. So Gemini, so the first two out in the past, okay, with the past, recent past, and or distant past. If this, you know, I feel like most of us, or most of you, it'll be a lot of yous, it will be the distant past. Some of yous, it'll be a combination of that, but something that you've worked through, and now there's maybe something similar in this recent past that has come out. So here's the Justice card that's come out with this, first of all, okay? So I reap what I sow, and I choose to walk the path of truth. So I feel like a lot of you have been going through that sort of thing, and processing something or some things that have been going on in your life where you've had to like stand up and speak up for yourself, and lay your truth down on the table, lay in honor of yourself, okay? And some of you may have had to walk away from certain people, and some of you may have actually had, you know, certain people walk away or let them walk away. I feel like for a lot of you, it hasn't so much you've walked away from them, they've walked away from them, or you've just allowed something to the gap or the space to be that way, and it's just growing, the distance is growing, and that's, you know, and that's what for a lot of you has needed to happen in order for you to get the message, basically, but in the sense to allow yourself to grow in the direction where you need to be able to grow for your learning and for your highest and greatest good. And some of you might think, well, that was a crappy learning, but actually, if you look behind it, and which is what they're talking about now, it's like you can see why certain things have happened in the way that they have happened, okay? Cool for you. And then we have the Chariot. So the Justice, yeah. Basically, it's like a lot of yous have chosen to walk the path of truth. Some of yous maybe not so fluidly or in things, but it's like, well, and some of yous may have gone back and forth in that, but that's just part of the learning. But I feel like a good portion of you are getting that understanding now. Might not be fully there, but hey, you know, as they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. And the other saying is, might not happen, you know, with that Pantene ad. What is it? Oh, God, now it's a favourite of mine. It might not happen overnight, but it will happen, okay? And then we have the paired up with that is, I am confident that with discipline I will succeed. So this is the Chariot in this deck. So there may be something that you have like, you know, where you were deciding and changing your career, or it may be changing something anyway, or looking, or you're on this pathway and it's maybe you're looking that way, and you know you're quite comfortable in some degrees, or some of you are in that position, or we're in that position, still are, and others of you are, you know, maybe having and wanting to make a move and take it, you know, have a look at what something else is, what's happening over there, what's happening here, and maybe like making a choice of, do I move, and if I move, do I go this way or that way? That's what this card is talking about. But for some of you, it's like there is a definite like wanting to jump the ship and bail. But it's like, where to? What am I got to do? So you maybe have had to like just where you are. So stay where you are, and like some of you, I feel like have gone off and veered off and learnt something, and coming back onto this pathway, this where you've, you know, from where you've jumped off from. So there's that sort of thing. And if some of you, I feel like are in that right now. So that is like in the recent past, and some of you are still going at it. Yeah, well, going at it. And doing it, and some of you may not have actually got to this stage yet, and that's cool, because there's probably there's something for some of you that may not actually happen until next year, but some of you it may be like in this next week or so you might get the clue that you need in order to choose the path where you're wanting to go. So then we have the Three of Wands and the in the present here, the Three of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. So the Three of Wands, and it was in reverse when I picked them, when these flipped out. So it's like Three of Wands, it's like I expand my horizons, I'm turning it up that way. And in reverse, it's like there's some sort of blockage where you're not seeing what it is, or you're seeing something, but maybe you're not really sure about what it is, which is where this Chariot is coming in, about expanding horizons or moving into something new. Some of you may just stay where you are with that, with it. But in the present, for now, it's like there may be, just still working through this part here, and readying yourself, or preparing yourself, ready to go and jump, leap, walk, whatever it is, make your move in some way or form next year, as things become clearer. So I do the work I was born to do. So there is something there, like I feel like this Eight of Pentacles is not just about the money side, but the energy side too. So there may have been work or job or some sort of money-making adventure. So that was in reverse as well. So I'm going to turn that up the right way as well. And, and this is about you like shifting into that space. So I do the work I was born to do. So that's about you moving into that space. So there is maybe a little bit of a block you're there for some of you. And when I say a block, a limiting belief pattern, it could be a physical block at the moment, could be a monetary one. But with the Eight of Pentacles, I feel like it's maybe more of a monetary one, but you're still thinking of, putting it out there, of expanding your horizons. So that's pretty cool. So there's something turning around, basically, because I want to turn them around, because there is still some action in there. And it's about, moving into something now, basically, than the present. So getting into move. This is where you are now, moving into that. So this is about, prepping, basically. So the future, in the near future, okay, the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is like, it's a really one. It's about the sensations of, your senses are heightened, and you may be listening to them more, and there's something coming to an end, like in an emotional way, but but a thinking way. Like there's all that mental, emotional stuff that goes on in our head when we overthink things. But because this is the cups, there's something. It's more probably emotional connections that you have with stuff. So I am lavished by the good things in life. So there's some sort of something coming into an end now, where you're realizing that actually I can have this. And that's a goal for some of you, in that you are lavish with all the good things in life. So it might sound a bit cliche-ish, but actually it's going into that gratitude side of things, okay, in this near future. But I do feel like you will achieve what it is. It's just like, that's kind of like the Seven of Cups in a way, or was it the Six of Cups actually, where, putting the daydreams out, and not just the daydreams, but the dreams and your vision out, and then achieving it. So this is that, basically. So it's going and putting that in your mind now for that future, okay? But this is like celebrating all of your senses, that things are working out. So, it's like you can, like, where is it? You can feel things coming, like, and it's like just not just through that sense, the clairsentient or the empathic side of things, but it's like everything is starting to open up, like with this card. And I feel like I want to explain it in the sense, like your third eye, you can see clearer where you're going. Everything is like tasting better in life and smelling better in life. It's like all, and you can feel like through touch as well. It's like things become a little bit more tangible for you, and it's kind of, and you're starting to walk more in your truth, in your power, in your knowing. So yes, there's going to be some hiccups along the way where people are going to challenge you and that sort of thing, but it's something that you can overcome, okay? And yes, there's going to be trials and tribulations, and that's how you've got to be where you are, is through these trials and tribulations and through this life. Okay, some of them might have been a bit crappy, but for some reason, most of us, or a lot of us, tend to learn more so by our mistakes, or the mistakes in life that we have there, or that, not just that, but other traumatic situations, and that force us to to learn something as well. But it's, there's something moving anyway, okay. So then the next three are upside down as well. So this is you. So the Queen of Cups. So there's something that you may be like, she's like in touch with her emotions. I'm a conduit for powerful love. So there's something there that you may be blocking or not quite feeling it right at the moment. And it's maybe that you're not wanting to, you're just maybe more on guard at the moment with certain things. You're not everything. I just feel it's like with certain things. So there may be some unsureties around, and it may be for some of you in most parts of your life, because when one is usually or one or two out and you're feeling that way, we tend to like exasperate it and put it out there, and it's like, whoa. So it's being mindful about what your energy is like. So just be mindful of that. And then we have the Ace of Cups, so which is the Queen of Cups. She's more in touch with her emotions. It's like and the love that she has to give and share, not only to herself but to others as well. So I'm hearing the Queen of Cups. Where are you? There's also, even though there's this powerful love, a conduit of powerful love, or of powerful love, it's with her as well. For her, if you're not okay, the message there I'm feeling is like, getting in touch with ourselves is like loving ourselves first and foremost. Therefore, when we love ourselves enough to know the difference between that and not with ourselves, we can, it's like the energy, we're attracting more of what it is that we truly do want in our lives. Okay, and then we have the Ace of Cups, which is this. So there's, the Ace of Cups talks about a new way of getting in touch in your emotions. So there's a new beginning emotionally. So I overflow with the essence of life. So there's something where you're moving into, there may be a little bit of a block there, something new, where you're not too sure about everything right now. So it's like, because it's like you haven't fully processed something for some of you, okay? And then we have the Star, which is in reverse as well. So the Star, and I'm turning that around, I beam your light. So there is that. So this is about you putting yourself out there in some way or form, whether it's in a relationship, whether you're moving into a relationship, a new job, a new career, just a new family, depending on where you are. So you may be moving into a new family, so there may be blended families coming in, or you may be like in a relationship, you might have met somebody, so you're blending in with their family this month. So it's kind of like, so just open keep the box open as to what it might be for you. And there may have been some apprehensive energy about doing something like that. It may be that you're reigniting a relationship, friendship, or romantic or otherwise. It could be that reigniting, a relationship with, family members, that there may have been some distance in the past. And that sort of thing. Or there may be that there's a coming together. So that may not necessarily be, there's a uniting or a reuniting in some way, but you may be having to be in a place where that may be uncomfortable in that sense. But there's a new beginning in that, because of the way that you're responding. So what I'm hearing is, just beam your light, because that's the thing that's going to help you, get through it. Basically, is be yourself, be who you are, stand in your own truth and honesty and being, and not get caught up in any bullshit either, or drama, basically. So those three cards there have fallen out for you, Gemini. Okay, beautiful. And I am turning them up the right way. Okay, so because your energy is shifting, so you may be like processing like that now, and it's like, oh no, I don't want to do this, or I don't want to go there, I don't want to blah 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 blah, and it may be okay, stop the blah 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 and just go with the flow. Okay, because you never know what might happen. Okay, and then we're going into now more so the challenge. Okay, so the Six of Wands, okay, is the Six of Wands. So I lead through examples. So there is a need for you to lead through examples. So it might be a little bit challenging for you, but you know what, get the frack over it. Do the best that you can. Be in your own light, basically, in your own truth, okay? It's not about causing friction. It's about, or creating friction. It's about like just knowing that, sometimes when we respond, it's like, is this, before you respond, is this going to hurt me more than what's going to hurt them, Just saying. So then we have the King of Wands. Here's this charismatic leader. Oh, holy smokes. So I seek to change the world, and this is what he's about. He's seeking to change the world for all the right reasons, for not just power and glory, but into, you know, and that sort of thing. But he's a bringing together of people and wanting to not so much make people happy, but help people help themselves be happy. Basically, that's the message I'm getting there for you. But it's stepping into that leadership role. It's like, how would you like to be treated, for instance, if you were in a situation where there was something new, or the shoe was on the other foot? Now, you know what I mean? It's kind of that sort of thing. But there is definitely, yeah. So I seek to change the world, and there's this humanitarian side of him as well. And it's like, does it, you know? But it's like, not so much making things work, but it's allowing things to work and seeing how, with his passion, that he can make it work in the sense that it's going to be for the greater good of one and all, basically. So it's about using all those, you know, and because he's about imagination, he's about passion, and making, you know, and inspiration and that sort of thing. Very spiritual energy, was the King of Wands as well. And he knows his life purpose, basically. That's what he's about. So he's working towards that, or he's working to get on that, or discovering that. But the King of Swords Wands has already discovered that. He knows where he's going pretty much. But I feel like where they're going with that is like, it's about, he's found it. It's not happened overnight, but it has happened, and he's worked at it, you know. And it may mean that it's being more in your, where are they going? A little bit more creative, going into that creative side and the ambition, and there's a bit about expansion and ambition as well. And maybe there's a little bit of that needs to come out of you to push yourself into, or challenge yourself, push yourself in a healthy way, as well as challenge yourself in a healthy way to do what it is, go into the place where you know you want to go to, okay? Then we have the Ten of Cups, which is, you know, talks about, I experience the joy of loving connection. So there's something, you know, things are starting to come together, you know, with everything, connections, emotional connections, relationships with yourself and with others as well. So they're just saying, so, you know, that's in, you know, the challenge is moving and allowing yourself to go towards that, or be in that moment, basically. Because the 10 is about, you know, something's coming to an end. So then we have the Four of Swords, which is advice, or the encouragement, suggestion. I allow myself to rest in stillness, okay? So, which means taking some time out, you know, meditation, doing something, you know, going for a walk, or just spending some time with self. It may be that you go into your creative mode of painting or drawing, or building something, whatever, or working in the garden, you know, whatever it is that where you find that stillness, where you cannot necessarily think about things, not so much just think about it, but to go into that place where you can get in touch with, you know, your spirit, your soul, what it is that you really want. And, you know, I know for me, when I go into that space, it's like all these ideas and thoughts and feelings come up and I can process them in there. And that, so yeah. Oh, the high priestess. So I offer up the mysteries of life, okay? So the possible outcome they're talking about here is that you will be, okay, and what I'm hearing is intuition, and this was upside down, okay? So there may be, you know, you may go into something with a bit of a block, but I'm hearing like in the, you know, the possible outcome, this is a possibility if you don't do this, and if you don't start to switch your perspective around about things and stuff like that. So there may be, you know, you may feel like your intuition isn't quite on, but it may be that you've gone in your head and you maybe not allowing yourself to process some of the things that are going on, and you know, lead by example. For example, go into that stillness space. But I'm turning that around because I do feel like, you know, this is all part of the mysteries of life that the High Priestess offers up to us so we can learn from it. So why do you think, you know, that your intuition may be fully off? There is, and it may be to some degree, or not quite on, and it may be to some degree, but it's like learning from that is what they're talking about. Learning to, because it's like we're all, our energy is changing. So when our intuition can be quite sharp at times, you know, and then sometimes when we've got something going on, it's like we're not always listening to it as usual. And it can feel like things aren't quite working out, or, you know, so it's just not going into that space, okay? So the High Priestess there, I offer up the mysteries of life. And, you know, and that's just what it is, Spirit is saying. They are mysteries in life. Life is a mystery. So I'm just going to, the crystal that I was drawn to bring out today, I was going to use the cards, but I actually don't need to, because this one here, I kept hearing rhodochrosite, which is this beautiful pink one here. And here is another piece of it. So it's very close to rhodonite. So the difference between the rhodochrosite is like, the rhodochrosite has like more white lines or ridges. I can't remember what they, but like the line or the markings through it are more white. Whereas the rhodonite have more of the darker lines, like on this one here, okay? Similar, pretty close to the same, you know, sort of things, but it's just like, that's the only difference that's the difference between them. But this one here is, oh, I haven't got a rhodonite. This one here is more rhodochrosite, on saying that. It has, excuse me. So some of these, there may be a communication thing going on there. So, yeah, communicate. So rhodochrosite. So basically, I've just got that one together and got some notes written up here. So rhodochrosite is a stone, basically, that integrates the physical and the spiritual energies, which is stimulating love and passion while energizing the soul. So it opens the heart, lifting depression, and encouraging a positive and cheerful outlook. It improves self-worth and soothes emotional stress. And also it's perfect for activating and clearing the heart chakra, of course, because it's working with all that heart area. So it's known as the stone of compassion as well, as like with the rhodonite as well. So I kind of feel there's something there, you know, why this has come up. So working with the heart chakra, with probably a lot of pink, maybe green, maybe more your color as well. So they're both green and pink are colors associated with the heart chakra as well. So anyway, just leaving that with you for now. So that's rhodochrosite. And like I, you know, mentioned before, if you don't have a way of obtaining a piece of this, the other option is to see if there's anything else in your crystal collection, if you do have one. So rhodonite, remember that is the same thing, basically, and or that have similar properties to that. If that doesn't resonate, then look on YouTube. Well, not YouTube, what I was going to say, and on the internet, and just type up, you know, looking for an image of rhodochrosite and see if you can find one. There's some beautiful pieces out there, and then maybe put that on your screen, on your laptop or your phone, and you know, do the Four of Swords thing with that, okay? Anyway, I'm going to leave that there with you now, Gemini. So with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement and adventure, prosperity and abundance. We will see you in a couple of weeks. So I won't see you next week, but I will see you the following week. So next week, so this is for the next couple of weeks, from now up until the following week. Okay, cool. So that will probably be, oh no, I forgot to check on that one. That would be around about the 7th of December. I will see you with another read that will take you through to Christmas. And we'll see how we go from there. But next week I will see you with something to help either with this or that, or whatever is going on in a healing capacity. Okay? Anyway, bye for now.